So I want to bring commentaries on Chief Sona Ebai's passing. You see, well, before he passed, he was already the chief of Monument, recognized chief, installed chief by the administration. So the Seseko Bison Williams claiming to be chief is unfounded because we have all the administrative documents showing that he was the real chief who was installed. Now, you might have what they call the administrative storm documents. That means some documents that were like they had already appointed or they were already accepted Chief Bison as the chief, but after when he was replaced by Chief Sona Ebai, those documents were still lingering at the Ministry of Territorial Administration and different corners of the government. But let me say this, Chief Sona Ebai was a very good man, a man that was loved by the people. As you can see, if you look at those videos on my Facebook, you'll see how jovial he was, how good he was, how helpful he was to the community. He did not seek to buy the throne, no. And before, when they just started this thing, the enthronement, that was where they had Chief Seseko Bishop William was beaten there in Monument or was brutalized. I called the wife and I said, listen, I need to know the background. He said, oh, then speak to my husband. So I wrote to him, I said, brother, what is your genealogy? Because that throne is hereditary. So what is your genealogy? I needed to know his great-grandfather, where he came from, his grandfather, and all those sort of things. So now, he said, no, he got married. He asked me why I was asking him all of that, so he didn't talk. Now, on the other hand, when I approached the other side, they gave me details on how they are entitled to the throne. So I want to say that even though he's gone, Chief Sona Ebai was the rightful heir of that throne. But what is a little bit odd and morbid is that immediately as he dies, Seseko Bison now puts out a mail talking about mourning him, and he takes the title of the chief. Meanwhile, he wasn't the chief. The chief is Chief Sona, Hope Sona Ebai, who passed away. My people, you see, most of the times when you're fighting for these things, I don't even see why people fight for the throne. Like, each of them is well accomplished. So what is really the problem about trying to be chief? If you want to be nice, just go. Like I saw one old man one time. He was a rich man. He went back to his village and he started some little programs. He used to sit children around, see people around, they eat and drink and laugh and dance. That was all. He didn't care much about being chief. And after some time, the people said, why don't you try to be chief? He said, no, I don't want to be chief. I have retired. I've come home just to enjoy with my people. People should start thinking about going back home and sitting with their people and rejoicing with them rather than trying to fight. Why do you want to be chief while you live abroad? And now, the Cameroon law states clearly that all chiefs must reside at home. If it is not that Cameroon is a corrupt country, no chief should be staying out of their kingdom, their chiefdom or their fondom or their lamida. They should not do that because the law of 1972 is totally against it. So they should not even do it. They should not stay out of there. So anybody who is fighting for chieftaincy and living abroad is already by law disqualified. By law, they are disqualified already. They should stay where they are and let people who can be at home govern the place. People who can be at home are sent to the throne and be chief or fond. But I thank you all for listening to me, and it's a pleasure to always have all of you. Please go back, support the channel, and promote us. Thank you so much.